You must have rectified it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hope everyone is all right in the first weekend of March.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. We keep saying that every week, how quick it is going, and I don't know how everyone else feels, but it certainly seems to certainly pass by. I think today we just want to have a bit of a chat about the budget, obviously, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the announcements that Mr. Sunak gave us in relation to the housing market. I think the two main things were leaked, weren't they, Howard, prior to...
Yeah, they were, weren't they?
I think they were trying to put feelers out.
We did a bit of a...
It did
I
happen,
was going to say, yeah, we did a bit of a few comments on it as well, because we heard there was a leak. We put a social media kind of news leak ourselves out there for people, and it all came to fruition, and we learnt more on Wednesday, Kevin.
Yeah, so the stamp duty extension, so that was due to finish on the 31st of March. It's now been extended in its full in entirety till the end of June, and then from the 1st of July up until the end of September, there's no stamp duty up to 250,000. And then September it comes back to normal, so from £125,000 and above. With the stamp duty, do you think that was the right thing, Howard? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll stop the kind of massive stampede that we were probably going to have seen, and it would never have happened anyway. And I think, inevitably, we would have seen a lot of house sales fall through. So I think, on the people I speak to, I think it gives, the people I've spoken to, they've had a massive sigh of relief that they were going to get it through. And some other people as well, Kevin, who was purchasing a property that knew that they were going to miss it anyway.
Yeah.
They've actually now think, well, actually, I might be able to take advantage of that. And in certain cases that one person I spoke to, they're going to save, if they can get it through, which they should do, about £9,000. So, yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. And I actually think, me personally, that the government may have leaked it themselves just to see what kind of reaction, feedback they were going to get, so they would ensure that they would make the right decision come Wednesday of this week.
Yeah, I think it was a difficult one, wasn't it, March? I don't think people had quite realised that it was just going to stop, and you weren't going to be able to make the most of it, and sales were taking a lot longer to get through than what they had done. So I think there was a sudden realisation that it's like, we need to get this sorted. Bless you. I do think it's good that they've moved it on, so that should provide a lot of stimulus into the market, I would think, for buyers to keep going, because we've definitely noticed in the areas we operate in that in the last couple of weeks, sales, they've been absolutely flying for months and months. And all of a sudden, the last couple of weeks, I think they've taken a bit of a dip, with people, I'm guessing, were waiting to hear what the announcements were in the budget. I'm not quite sure that the bit after July makes a difference, because the area of the market that I've seen anyway that's really making headway at the moment has been the over £250,000. They're the ones that are really.
I think so as well. I was just saying. I think when you said about the new stamp duty rules, so just to clarify, you may have said this, you may not have. So from the end of June.
Yes.
Okay, you pay stamp duty, but it's actually still up to 250.
Yes, yeah. That's the same.
Yeah. So the converse before, it was like 125 everyone. Now it's going to be 250. I think for another year. Is that right? I think they might review it again.
No, it's September. End of September. It goes back to
September.
The 125. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's that on its own, I think, is a good exercise to do. Well, I was talking to someone today and on the telephone, and they were saying to me that the higher end prices, i.e. the 250, thereabouts, are struggling. I've not really necessarily seen that myself, but I think it might just encourage a few more people to be moving now. And I think that I think that's what it's going to have an effect as well. And one of the things I was going to touch on today is two things regarding the stamp duty change, and I know we'll speak a little bit about mortgages as well. But I actually do think with the introduction of this, or the continuation of this, going to the end of June and further on to the end of September, Kevin, and with a 95% mortgage scheme, I actually think it might just stoke, whichever way, other people to be be moving to not just the first-time buyers this mortgage. And I think it might help put more houses on the market, which will then start them up. I think that's all really what's been behind it as well. I think it will just start,
well,
the house market kick.
I would think that they'll have noticed that the 95% mortgages where they're being guaranteed by the government, those, they're trying to get first-time buyers obviously onto the market, because the shift during or taking out stamp duties there's been a big shift to houses over £250,000 selling far more than they ever have done, because that's where the biggest amount of stamp duty is paid. As soon as you get over that, the 125 to 250, it's not as big a deal. Well, it's a big deal because it's a lot of money, but it's not as huge a hit as soon as you get into that 5% bracket. So I think they wanted to try.
Do you know what I noticed as well, like Kevin, when I was looking at this morning, that he was saying that this 95%, right, the mortgage is guaranteed, basically available for current homeowners, as I just said, as well as first-time buyers. But it's actually for first-time, not in our areas, I don't think. Also for first-time buyers, looking up to a value of £600,000, which is amazing, really. At the moment now, currently most of the mortgage lenders, they would be only willing to lend 90% to their maximum. So to get the extra 5%, it'll basically help. And I think the benefit really of that scheme to help home buyers who are struggling to raise the cash for a deposit. Because if you look over the last, so many years, Kev, over the last 5 years, let's say, and on the figures I was looking at this morning, I think the average what people would need is about £23,000 to get a mortgage to start moving. So that now will obviously free it up, and people might have enough savings then to start buying a house but we know that there's not enough properties coming to the market to satisfy this increased buyer demand. So hopefully that scheme will also help people further up the ladder, kind of kick on and put the houses on the market as well.
Well, they're also
he
mentioned I think, what was his words? Generation rent, generation buy.
Yeah.
The
next generation, he said. Help the next generation,
Because what's happened is they've made a lot of changes in the rental sector over the letting sector for a number of years. So for instance, tenants don't pay